Sanctions disrupt growth of world trade and economy. Government urged to draft a clear policy on Khartoum. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohammed Amin Carlos and welcome to News on 2. Well, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has criticized the move by certain countries to impose sanctions on another country. Well, he said applying sanctions not only hurts the country involved, but also negatively impact other countries that trade with the sanctioned country. As such, Asean and China wants for the trade war to end economic instability.
Yes, they all feel that it is disrupting the growth of trade and the growth of the economy also. They would like to have a peaceful world where they can trade with other countries.
The Prime Minister was speaking on the sidelines of the 22nd ASEAN-China Summit during the 35th ASEAN Summit in Bangkok, Thailand. He said the issue will worsen if it is not dealt with quickly. Last week, Tun Dr. Mahathir had said Malaysia was pressured by certain quarters to close bank accounts of Iranian individuals and companies in Malaysia due to the sanction on Iran. Meanwhile, on the South China Sea issue, China is ready to collaborate with ASEAN to ensure peace and stability at the global main trade route. China, through its Prime Minister, is ready for the discussion.
Masalah kita bukan pasal negara ASEAN. Negara lain daripada tempat lain mungkin akan provoke, dia cuba dapat sokongan daripada ASEAN untuk provoke pasal mereka bermusuh dengan negara China dan mereka juga hendak supaya ASEAN juga bermusuh dengan negara China. Tapi kalau jadi sesuatu perang ataupun violence yang akan menjadi mangsa ialah negara-negara ASEAN dan China, kerana ini tidak berlaku di negara yang lain tu.
Meanwhile, during the 10th ASEAN United Nations Summit, the Prime Minister said in order to end terrorism, the best way is to find the cause of it.
Response by the Secretary General is very good, and for the first time he mentioned what I had mentioned at the UN and again today, that terrorism has a reason, that there is a cause for terrorism, and you need to find the cause if you want to put an end, find the cause and take action if you want to put a stop to terrorism.
The Defense Ministry has yet to receive the 6 helicopters said to worth 321.9 million ringgit, although the government has already paid a deposit of 112.6 million, or 35% of the overall price. Well, the helicopters should have been delivered in November 2017, but have not arrived. Defense Minister Mohammed Sabu said discussions are being held with the Finance Ministry and Attorney General and will be making a decision on the advice of the AG on why the helicopters have not arrived up till today.
112 juta, 35%, dan bila penghantaran akan berlaku bayaran seterusnya secara progres. Sekarang ni belum terima walaupun satu, dan kita akan buat keputusan yang paling singkat ini sama ada nasihat-nasihat AG diambil kira. Kenapa helikopter ni tak sampai pada hari ini?
Mohammed Sabu said this at a media conference after an award presentation ceremony in Kota Baru, Kelantan yesterday. Well, the leaves of Fire and Rescue Department of Malaysia, or JBPM, officers and personnel have been frozen to face the possibility of a second wave of floods following the transition of the northeast monsoon season. Well, JBPM Director General Dato' Muhammad Hamdan Wahid said about 10,500 of its officers and personnel across the country are ready to be deployed to assist flood victims. He added that the department was ready to face a second wave of floods, especially in terms of logistics preparation, including water transport, search and rescue team, and also aircraft. According to him, all the fire stations in the hotspot areas, especially in the East Coast, have been told to stand by to face such eventualities.
Dan kita letak juga negeri-negeri yang tak terlibat di dalam banjir ini sebagai lapisan kedua untuk membantu negeri-negeri yang terjejas. Sekiranya pantai timur terjejas, kita akan gunakan negeri-negeri yang berdekatan untuk membantu dari segi logistik, sumber manusia dan juga apa-apa jenis bantuan yang sepatutnya. Kita akan terus bekerjasama di bawah NADMA dan juga dengan agensi-agensi kerajaan yang lain.
Besides that, volunteer firefighters across the country would also be deployed to assist flood victims at the state's level. It is noted that the first wave of the flood had affected 6 states, namely Perlis, Pulau Pinang, Perak, Selangor, Kedah and Johor since last month. He said this at a press conference after officiating the closing of Firefighters and Rescue Exercise Challenge known as FIREX 2019 in Kuala Kubu Baru, Selangor. Dato' Muhammad Hamdan added that FIREX held for the first time was the department's initiative of assessing the level of competency of its personnel to carry out the fire and rescue duties. The Ministry of Energy, Science, Technology and Climate Change, MESTEC, will install 15,000 LED street lights in several rural areas. Its Minister, Yobi Yen, said a letter regarding that matter has been sent to the Ministry of Rural Development.
Ada dua manfaat ya dapatkan LED. Satu, dia jimat elektrik ya, 30% penjimatan elektrik untuk majlis-majlis daerah yang bayar bil elektrik itu. Yang kedua, dia jauh lebih terang. Ya, kalau kita tengok LED light ya, dia jauh lebih terang daripada lampu-lampu lama lah. So kita berharap bahawa dengan usaha kerajaan untuk menerangkan kampung-kampung supaya kampung rasa selamat sikit ya.
She was met by the media after attending the 2020 Budget Forum in Johor. Well, sadly, another carcass of a pygmy elephant was found floating in Sungai Kinabatangan this morning. And Sabah Wildlife Department Director Augustin Tuuga confirmed the discovery, saying that an investigation is underway to determine the cause of death of the pygmy elephant. Well, according to Augustin, a team from the Sabah Wildlife Department has been deployed to retrieve the carcass in order for them to carry out a post-mortem. Well, he also said that it is difficult to determine when and where the elephant died, as the carcass was found floating in the river. Well, this was the third discovery of elephant's carcass after a pygmy elephant was found in Sungai Dumpas, Kalabakan, Tawau on 25th September, while another carcass was found in an oil palm plantation in Baluran on 19th October. Draft a clear and firm policy on the usage of ketum to avoid any misuse of it. Deputy Minister of Home Affairs Ministry, Dato' Muhammad Aziz Jaman, who is also Malaysian Drug Prevention Association of Pemadam President, said this is important to address the problem involving cultivation and its use in the society. According to Dato' Aziz, if there is no any concrete solutions or written policy to the problem of ketum, it will soon haunt the society, just like the drug problem, which is a burden to the government.
Kalau tidak ada polisi yang jelas dan tegas daripada kerajaan tentang ketum ini, so stand pemadam itu adalah kita masih lagi tidak bersetuju dengan penanaman ketum dan kebenaran kegunaan ketum ini kepada orang ramai. Because kita tidak mau nanti hanya bila mana polisi yang tidak ketat, tiada polisi yang jelas daripada kerajaan akan mengakibatkan nanti esok lusa bertambah lagi satu masalah kita.
He was speaking to reporters after launching the 44th Pemadam Annual General Meeting in Bayan Lepas, Georgetown. Well, previously there were some ideas for ketum crops to be commercialized. However, the decision has yet to be approved by the Home Ministry. The Health Ministry will conduct sampling on pork-based products to ensure that they are free from contamination of the African swine fever or ASF virus. In a statement, Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the sampling was to verify the effectiveness of the retort process, a food processing method. Well, the statement added the ministry thought, and through its Food Safety and Quality Division, was also working together with the Sarawak Veterinary Services Department to closely monitor the situation. And Dr. Nur Hisham said the Veterinary Services Department had advised consumers to refrain from buying pork-based products and urged farmers to stop swill feeding practices to prevent the risk of ASF. According to Section 13A of the Food Act 1983, any person who prepares or sells food that consists of any diseased, filthy, decomposed animal or vegetable substance can be fined of up to 50,000 ringgit or face a jail term of not exceeding 8 years of both upon conviction. While Sarawak had previously imposed a ban on pork meat and pork-based products imported from ASF-infected countries, including China, until further notice following the discovery of an ASF virus in a pork product imported from China in October. The Kelantan Social Security Organisation, SOCSO, yesterday assisted 8 former personnel of the newspaper Sinar Harian through the Employment Insurance System, or SIP. Its director, Nora Yaakob, said SIP, which was launched on 1st January last year, was aimed at easing the burden borne by workers who had lost their jobs, including due to company downsizing, bankrupt employers and others.
Bukanlah motif keuangan yang kita nak, tetapi sebenarnya kita lebih kepada memberi motivasi yang tinggi kepada pekerja-pekerja yang diberhentikan tadi. Jadi kita nak mereka ni sebenarnya bukan saja mendapat faedah keuangan daripada perkeso, tapi mereka hendaklah ada satu motivasi yang tinggi untuk merasa mereka perlu berusaha untuk mencari pekerjaan baru.
She said this at a media conference after being present to deliver the benefits of SIP to the former personnel of Sinar Harian at Rumah Wartawan in Taman Sari in Kota Baru, Kelantan. Also present were the State SOCSO SIP Branch Zone Chief Muhammad Shahir Amar Muhammad and Kelantan Darul Naim Media Club Kemudi President Azran Fitri Abdul Rahim. At the same time, a briefing was also held and 15 Kelantan Utusan staff also submitted their application forms for SIP. Other than financial aid through SIP, Nora said it also had a worker job replacement program which covered career counseling, job search, job matching, job placement and also training. And this is good news for the more than 80 people placed at the Temporary Evacuation Center, or PPS, in Sekolah Kebangsaan Cakap Jong, Teluk Intan, were allowed to return to their homes as the flood situation in Perak had improved. Well, according to National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA's portal, the PPS that was open since 26 October now housed 47 people. Well, a total of 406 people from 100 families, however, are still placed at 4 temporary evacuation centers in 3 districts in Perak. While this is a drop in the number of victims, which was 423 last night, following improved weather conditions in all districts this morning. Well, meanwhile, according to a spokesman of the State Fire and Rescue Department, some places in the Hilir Perak district were still flooded. That concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Tun Dr. Mahathir wants trade war to end as it disrupts growth of world trade and economy. Join us again at 7 p.m. for more updates on the latest happenings here and around the world. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mabadam and Carlos, and do stay tuned to TV2.